What's up, Internet? My name is Michael Cook. This is Blue Giant Media, and we're here to connect through gaming. Today we're going to take a look at New York Slice. This is a game by Jeffrey D. Allers and published by Bezier Games. We're going to set the game up in real time so you can get a feel for how involved the setup is, and then we're going to go through several rounds of play so you can get a feel for the rules set. So, without further ado, let's ready, set, play. Alright, so New York Slice is a slice, choose, and eat game, or I slice, you pick is a common other term for it. As you can see, the production quality is really nice, other than the insert, which is very severely lacking. But the rulebook is really nice. It looks like a menu, which is really fun, and it is clearly laid out, which I appreciate. So we'll go ahead and set this aside. We're going to set the game up for 2 players, and I'll explain what subtle differences there are for the 3 or more player game. So first thing you're going to do is take out all the slices except for the slices that are outlined in the rulebook. You're going to put these into piles of 11. So as you can see right here, it says in a 2-player game, we're going to remove the 10 pepperoni and sausage slices, the 8 mushroom and pepperoni slices, and the 3 veggie slices, and meat lovers. Alright, so as you can see here in the 2-player game, it outlines that we're going to take out all 10 of the pepperoni and sausage slices. We're going to take out all 8 of the pepperoni and mushroom slices. We're going to take out the 8 to 10 combo slice. And we're also going to take out the 3 veggie slices. So I have all of them taken out here except for the veggie slices, I believe. So I gotta go through real quick and find the 3 veggie slices. Okay. There's another, nope, that's not it. But this one is. And there's one more in here. Alright, there we go. Alright, so the next thing we will do is you can set this off to the side a little bit, and we're going to stack these into stacks of 11 after they are all mixed up. So the main differences with the more players is just that you're going to have different combinations of the pizzas. With 3, 4, or 5 players, you're going to use all the slices of pizza. And then, I'm sorry, I should say with 3, 4, or 6 players. With 5 players, you're just going to remove all of the meat lovers and the meat lover combo slice. And that's it. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's going to be one whole pizza that'll be made, which represents one round of play. And so no matter how many players you have, you will always stack these into stacks of 11 because that is going to be what makes up one whole pizza. All right, there's another stack of 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And as you can see, there are 3 pieces left over. These pieces, do not look at them because that is to keep you from being able to deduce exactly what pieces are left, so that you can kind of use that to, I don't know, determine which slices you want to go for. Because what we will then do is the first player will take the first stack, and they're going to make a pizza out of it. So they'll start by putting out 1 slice, and then they'll take the next slice and put it either here or here. Whichever direction they choose, though, they must continue in that direction. You can't choose to be like, oh, I'm going to put this one over here now. Nope, you just keep going around. And you can't put one here and be like, all right, now I want to put this here. No, you just, once you started, you simply take the slices and you put them out around the whole circle. And once you have all 11 pieces, you have a nice pizza. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to split this into a number of segments equal to the number of players. So since we're playing a 2-player game, we're going to split this into 2 pieces. So I can choose however I want if it's my turn. I can go like that. It wouldn't be very wise because I split, but then my opponent to my left is going to choose first. Then if there's more opponents, it's going to go around. So I'm going to split, but I'm going to be the last one to choose. So if I do this, my opponent's going to take all of this, and I'm going to be stuck with what's left. Now, you also are going to have a special that's going to go with each of these. And some of these are going to be, they're not going to apply with less players. You can go ahead and remove them ahead of time, or you can go ahead and just keep them there, and if you flip one over that just doesn't make any sense given the number of players, you just set it aside and put a new one on top. So what we'll do then, let's go ahead and leave that together for the moment. Dibs. This says, on any future round, before the slicer slices, you may call dibs on a slice and take it from the pizza. So, and it says down here, replace it if it appears on the last round, because obviously it applies to future rounds, and if it's on the last round, then it's not going to be able to get used. So some of the other ones that aren't applicable with fewer number of players also say something along those lines. Let me see if I can find one. Yeah, this one here says replace in a 2-player game. Okay, so what I might do, since I know that whoever gets this is going to be able to get dibs on exactly the slice that they want, then that might make me want to put, usually you're going to want to put this on the smaller segment, but you can use those things also to kind of determine what, you know, if you know what your opponent's going for, you can kind of push them one way. Or maybe I'm going to go like this and take this smaller segment, but it's got 3 11s on it. And this one has 3 7s. Interesting. And maybe I go like that because I want my opponent to take these, and I'm going to go ahead and try and get an early head start on the 11s. Now the number here tells you how many of those slices could be in the game, because remember 3 are taken out. And it also tells you how many points that is worth at the end of the game if you have the most. So if you have the most pepperoni slices at the end of the game, you're going to get 11 points. So let's say I go ahead and do this, and my opponent is going to grab this one and leave this to me. Now when you take your segment of pizza, so let's say this is my opponent, they will take this, they're going to go ahead and set their special to the side, and they will immediately choose which of these slices they want to eat. Eating is important because whichever slices you eat are not going to be factored into who has the most, but they also are going to count for points based off of the number of pepperonis on them. So this one, maybe I want to eat because it's the only 9 that's come out so far, and I think I don't think it's going to make that big of a difference. It's not like I'm giving up a big lead to my opponent, and it's worth 2 points if I eat it. If I save it, I might not end up getting any points because I might end up with 4 of the 9, and it's just not going to work for me. So maybe I decide, you know what, that's fine. I'm going to go ahead and eat that. I'm going to keep my early lead on the 7s, the bell pepper and pepperoni. So I'm going to take 3, especially because these are only worth 1 point each. So I'm going to go ahead and keep these, knowing if I get at least 1 more, I've locked it in. The 4, I know that we're kind of even right there, so maybe I hang on to it for the moment, thinking I can get dibs if necessary. And this one, maybe I just decide that I want to eat it. So then this player, you know, I get to see what the other person has eaten, because you eat as soon as you take them. So I might then look at this and go, well, they kept their 4, so I'm going to keep it 2. I want to keep the early lead in 11s. I can decide if I want to eat more of those later. And, you know, I'm just going to keep them all. Maybe that's what I want to do. Since it was my turn to slice first here, then it's going to go around the table. My opponent will be the next one to set these out. So they would do the same thing. Whichever direction they start, they're going to keep on going around. Whew. This is pretty interesting, I think, because we have several of the different pizzas that are going to be locked up right away now. Because I could go like this, and whoever takes this is going to win the 4s for sure, and if this player takes this, they're going to win the 11s for sure. So that's dangerous. But if I split these 4s, then whoever gets either one, there's going to be a half that could come into play, it may not. So this gets pretty interesting. Let's see what the special is. Buffet, plus 1 point for each different type of pizza you've collected. Not that you've eaten, that you have collected. That also makes things interesting. So what I think I want to do over here then, maybe I want to split up these 11s. I don't want to make it too good. if I put the 2 over here, maybe my opponent is going to want those. Because, you know, this person's thinking, oh, they want to get that. I could also use my dibs, though. On any future round before the slicer slices. Just because I'm the slicer does not mean that I can't use it. So I could use it and go ahead and take... Now, I don't know if now's the time yet. I'll just go ahead and say that I'm doing that, and... I'll go like this. Now, I'm probably going to want to do this because I'm going to get a whole bunch of these 11s. But at the same time, if I took this one, I'd still get an 11, still maintaining a strong lead, and I'd get a whole bunch more different kinds of pizza, which might help the buffet. See, it gets really tricky. And this player also knows that they already lost this. Actually, I think I'm going to take this one. So we're going to maintain our lead on the pepperonis. We're going to end up tied so far on those. We are going to keep all the rest of these because this makes each of these worth 1 point at least. So that's nice. This player might see the writing on the wall that they're not going to win the pepperoni, but at the same time, they might. But at the same time, they could also get 6 points right away by eating these. So we'll just go ahead and eat those. We're going to hold out hope on those. We're going to... We're pretty well locked up, so we're going to eat that one. We're going to eat this one for 2. No, we need to get some high number ones. We'll go like that. And it's just going to go around like this until you've gone through all of these. And at the end, you will then take the score sheet. Rip this one off. Which looks like a nice guest check from a restaurant. What you're going to do is you're going to look at the slices with the 3 on them. In a 2-player game, we didn't have those. You're going to look at the 4s. Who's got the most? Whoever has the most is going to get the 4 points. Whoever has the most of the slices with the 5 on them, etc. All the way through 11. Obviously, some of these are not going to factor in. The next thing that you're going to do is look at specials, like the buffet, which is going to be worth 1 point for each different type of pizza. Next thing you're going to do is look at what you have eaten. How many pepperonis are you going to get? How many points? So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points right there. So this is 11 points. This is 11 points. So you see how these things, they can kind of even out, and you have to decide whether you want to eat a slice or whether you want to compete for that type of pizza. But the other thing you have to factor into is anchovies. Very few people are going to like anchovies on their pizza. So in here, there's going to be, here it is, the anchovy slice. That one is worth -3 points. And you cannot eat a slice of pizza unless it has a pepperoni on it. So this one cannot be eaten. Whoever gets it is going to have to leave it out. There are, however, some specials that make your pepperonis, make your anchovies worth positive points, but they're a little bit few and far between. You also are going to see these combo slices, which count as a half slice of either one, which is going to help you be a tiebreaker in the case of things like each player's got 4. 2 of the 4s. Well, let's see if the tiebreaker is even in the game. It's not. There's also a wild slice, which you get to choose which one. As you get it, you assign it. And there's a combo there. I did not see. Anyway, combo slices help break ties. But there's also some specials that make your pepperonis worth, keep saying pepperonis, keep making your anchovies worth positive points because it says you like anchovies. You'll also see some slices like this that have pepperoni and an anchovy. These ones you have to make the decision, do you want to eat it for the pepperoni and to avoid the minus point, or is this going to be what pushes you over the top to be able to take the lead and get 10 points, but at the cost of losing 1? So, makes for an interesting decision. Other than that, that is pretty much it. Alright, and that's how you set up and play through New York Slice by Jeffrey D. Allers and published by Bezier Games. If you want to know more about New York Slice, take a look in the description section below where you'll find a link to my unboxing and my overall final thoughts on New York Slice, as well as a link to macronovagames.com where you can buy New York Slice and a whole bunch of other great games. You can also let me know in the comment section below if I made any mistakes or if you have any further questions or comments for me on New York Slice or gaming in general. Until next time, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see, and as always, have a wonderful day.